Busy working on the front end of the Honda CT110. We're going to be removing the entire front assembly today. What it looks like is just one bolt that goes straight through here, and then I believe we will be able to remove the yoke, which is this little bit at the top over here. We call that a yoke apparently, and as soon as we do that, then we will be able to get the whole headset off, which is great. As I said before, my front brake seems to be seized as well, just like the back brake was, but you can see my front wheel can turn quite freely. So what I believe that means is my front brake cam is seized in the open position, in the closed position. So yeah, the opposite of the other one in the back, but needs to be taken apart and greased so that it can work. So let's go ahead and do that. To take the front wheel off, there's going to be a split pin over this bolt over here. Of course, you've got to open that up like I've opened up over there. Go ahead and remove that, take that out. I am ready this time with the bolts that I'm going to use if I need it, because this bolt's just supposed to unbolt, and as far as I can tell, it just pulls straight out of over there. That is what's supposed to happen. Just like the back wheel, it's got a little collar and a little seal, little dust seal, all exactly the same as we saw on the back wheel, and I'm expecting it's going to be stuck as well, quite well. So I'll let you know how that went. Then on the front over here, like I said, I think it just has one bolt that goes all the way through. This one goes all the way through the assembly, just like a bicycle, because it's quite a simple, quite a similar design, should I say. And of course, you've got to go ahead and open up that little split pin over there as well, pull it out, and exactly the same thing should happen this here. And once again, I expect some hammering to be the case for my bike, since it's probably never ever been opened up in all of its life. So let's go ahead and do that. Once I've done that, the purpose of this is, number one, to service the front shocks. I'm going to go ahead and open these up. I've already drained, I think when the mudguard came out, this is one of the drain valves here. I stand under correction. I also use this time, I'm probably going to order some new rubbers for it right over here in the front. So I might do those now, I might do them later. That's a part I can get to easily on the bike, so I'll decide as I go along. Let's go ahead and take those bolts off and we'll be right back. You won't need it. Don't come prepared, and you will, because have a look at this. I can just pull this bolt right out like it's supposed to come out. You can see that one can just come straight out, so that's pretty easy. I have gone ahead and disconnected the I've disconnected this control over here. This control over here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just slip this all the way over. I undid the headlights so that I can see over here, it looks like I have my throttle cable and I have my front brake lever, which go around through this way, and then this, oh no, this is my front brake lever. So here's my front brake lever, just came over the top, and the other two slid back into the motorcycle this way. One goes to the loom, so that's obviously my kill switch, and the other one is going to be my throttle cable, which just hangs straight down over here, which needs to go back. So those two go through there, brake cable goes over the top, it gets fixed in with this bolt over here, which I've loosened already, comes out of the headlight, and then we should be able to remove this. So we've got a 17mm over here, we've got a 19mm over here with these split pins. They call them cotter pins if you really want to be technical. So remove the split pin, 19mm, remove the split pin, 17mm, these ones are 14mm, and you'll be able to get the wheel off and the front headset assembly out. Alright, let's do it. So it's actually the next day now. I left the bike since it was very hot yesterday and quite windy. Decided that I was going to stop, and I wanted to have a look more at the technical diagram for the headset. As you can see, I am going ahead because I really want to get into these parts over here. When I paint them, I want to separate this, and I really want to spray on the bottom of this, and I really want to be able to tape all this up and spray this. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of this apart. I didn't know that this part actually comes off. Look at that. This part is actually completely separate. So if I separate this, I'll actually be able to get this part out. That's awesome, because then there's no masking at all. I was going to separate all this, keep this as one assembly, and tape this up, and then spray this. But if this comes off, that's great. I've been blessed with a little bit of an overcast day today. It's not as hot as what it normally is, which is great. So we're going to go ahead. But I got the camera because I've got a load of wires that are coming out, all of which have been marked, except for these two. So I just want to make sure that I remember where they go. This is for the hooter assembly over here. Green goes over here, and the black one goes on the other side. Alright, so that's as we're looking at the front of the bike. I'm now going to have to take that off because obviously all the loom comes right up here into the headsets, and it looks like all the loom, all the connections are actually made inside of the headlights. So if you have any electrical problems with your bike, the best place to look is by taking off the headlights, because that's where all your dodgy connections might be inside of. That's where you're going to be getting a lot of water and that sort of thing. Make sure these are all good connections and then carry on. Okay, so in the meantime, I've taken this main bolt off, and the cotter pin or split pin came out of the bottom of that came off. We had this seal over here, so I'm going to go ahead and just place them in an order as they come out, just like so, because apparently there's quite a lot of them. I don't know yet, so we're going to find out very shortly. I'll let you know.